What's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's number one urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and it's a great Monday, y'all. I'm running off fumes. I might not have as much energy. I just flew in, minutes ago, and I flew in and came straight to the house to go to the studio. Great weekend. A lot of stuff going on. Shout out, happy birthday, that is Moody. I don't know if you own here today, but happy birthday, young man. Avid listener and supporter of the Chop Shop. What else go? Oh yeah, yeah, I had a big weekend. Y'all running on fields. Hey, let me tell you something. 48 hours, y'all went in. Soon as I got off the plane, I was going. But I'm gonna tell y'all about that letter. If y'all look behind me, that's the bus that was at Charles' party last night. They brought the bus to his party. Let us take pictures of the bus last night, and it was great, man. Great, man. We're gonna talk about that later. But hey, did y'all see? I shared the No Excuses Pro Am. Man, it's getting good, man. Y'all, it's getting good. The uh, the competitive choice team beat the defenders with the Harrison twins and Derek Griffin, so they out of it. So they were down to the final four. So now competitive choice are waiting on the winners of on Thursday night at Fundy, the Houston Flight versus Flight 713. And then on Sunday is Championship Sunday at Fundy. So man, it's crazy. I think Houston Flight won one game and 713. One of the team got the Cameron Reynolds and his brother, and a pretty good team, great team. And the other team has Jonathan Simmons, Shannon Shorter on the team. So y'all support those guys. But let me tell you, before I go any further, let me shout out to my starting five. I'm sorry. Let me shout out to I was just so excited about the pro am. I was watching it at the because you can watch it on No Excuses Foundation on Facebook live. So I was watching it from down there in Canton, Ohio. Who we got? Melvin Dews. What's going on, baby? 5-5 is Melvin Dews. I told you I'm running on fumes. Rod Wells, Garrison Claire, Alex Sisteros. Alex, are you back yet? And Kimberly Jackson. And our sixth person of the day is Mindy Collins. What's going on, Miss Mindy? Kevin Lewis. What's up, Kevin? Hey, Jessica. Dad in there. Okay, happy birthday, baby. What's going on, man? Brandy. What's up, Todd? Troy Callahan. Hey, Tamika. Who all had a chance to join me this weekend for the Hall of Fame stuff? Y'all, let me tell you something. I didn't know how the reception. Listen to me. I didn't test it. I was walking around. They were giving me a tour, and I all of a sudden I said, man, I want to share this, and I just went live from the Chop Shop page. I just went live, and some of the places were good, and some of the places were not so good. But did y'all enjoy it? Daryl Anderson, he's still overseas. Say cruising the river on the way to Germany. Germany, enjoy your life over there, you and your wife, Daryl Anderson. Show out. I like that. Hey, Gina, Trey Phillips, what's going on, man? Who got a chance to see any of it? If it's any questions about the Hall of Fame, y'all? If you got any questions, I'll try to answer them as much as I can. What did anybody see the Hall of Fame? And what were your standout portions of the Hall of Fame? Unique thing, y'all. Let me tell y'all something, man. We're talking about these numbers. I'm gonna talk happy birthday. Let me see. Great weekend from Camp Quarantine. Okay. Shout out to Daryl Barnes. Good, Daryl. That's great. That is Moody. What's up, Chopper? Thanks for Ricky Scott. Okay, got you, Rick, man, Rick. I felt Rick. You know, most of us, some of us might not get a chance to go. And I just thought about it. I mean, I was walking around and messing around, and then all of a sudden I said, "Man, go hit that button and go live." And it was a unique experience. If you have a chance to go to Canton, Walter Yates, Sonya, let me tell y'all something, man. That Canton, Ohio is a different. My sister said, "Get some rest." She know I just literally got in off the plane. I just literally it landed. I got to the house, and now hold up. Now I hear some people outside. Uh, how to be cheating for Mindy? No, Mindy was the sixth person. I'll take a picture of it. Walter Yates, Mindy beat you. Hey, Miss Mindy. He said, Hatter, thanks for the laugh. Okay, thank you, Rod Wells. Kevin, y'all, it was fun. Kenneth Lofton, what's up, baby? Who else we got? Chop Shop, you meet a lot of friends standing in line. Y'all, let me tell you something. Kim, you know I don't stand in no line. Kim, I promise you. Kim, I started to make a phone call. Y'all know my battery was going dead. Kim, you got to realize, everybody who know me, they know I keep that extra battery. I didn't think I was gonna be in this place this long. I said, I'm gonna go down there, take a look around, and go. But my guy, a partner of mine I was with, he wanted to go. So man, come on, man, let's go, let's take the tour. And unique stories, man. When you first walk in, Tamika, a lot of people wasn't there. Let me get what's up. I think I got everything. What's that? He said you came in. Yeah, I just wanted to see who all saw it. Anybody saw it? Does the Hall of Fame still have a? You know what? I don't know. Didn't nobody ask me that question, Kevin. Kevin, but I do know Darryl Barnes and King Sticks and Reginald Simpson. Uh, he said, yes. I was, yeah, man. Let me tell you something. I teared up last night. Man, Charles pissed me off. I told him, man, don't be going over this. Hold up. Yeah, I got so much to tell y'all, man. I'm just gonna have to tell y'all in pieces in the day. Hatter, don't they films you can watch the Hall of Fame, but don't they film you can watch? I don't understand that Odyssey. Uh, but thank y'all. What's up? But y'all, it was just so unique, man. Karen Thomas. I didn't know if you knew this. I always throw these numbers out here. Ain't that many for basketball players. Ain't been but 4,000 basketball players in history. In this Hall of Fame, Karen Thomas, ain't been but 360 men inducted into this Hall of Fame. Karen Thomas. Check this out, Karen Thomas. 356 men to ever walk the planet. 356 John Newsom. And John Newsom, I happen to be blessed to work with 3 of them. Know a lot of them, but actually work Lando Pace, Ty Law, Charles Woodson. All of those guys are great guys, but Charles is like a little brother to me. And it's y'all, it was just so emotional. There was so much stuff going on that you couldn't see because I couldn't show my at the stadium. The stadium, the probably everybody trying to upload stuff through the same come through the same channel, and it was just unique, man. And I told him, I said, man, you ain't gonna be saying that to make me cry. He said, no, I'm good. Then he go up there and get to singing, tell my mom, he loved it. He loved his mom. And but when I got there, yo, let me show you. I got there late. We had plane problems here in Houston. They had too many people going from here to here. Then they got a shortage of I think some going on with Spirit. I was on United, but somehow the Spirit people affected us because everybody started loading up the plane. I mean, it was crazy. So I finally got there. Flew into Cleveland. Got in the car. Went to my hotel room about what 30, 40 miles up the road. Go in there, check in, drop your bags off. Went straight to the party. Edgerrin James had a party. Edgerrin James, man, when y'all meet him, Don't listen to me, y'all. Don't let the braids and the gold teeth he had a long time ago. Don't let that stuff fool you. Tremendous young man, astute businessman, Edgerrin James. Don't ever let what other people character, and don't we judge our guys because he got the whatever, what y'all call them things he got. And if I didn't have time to cue the thing up, and I didn't want the Hall of Fame. I'm cueing their speeches, so y'all do me a favor, go look inserts of the speech. Got a chance to see Tom Brady. Who else I saw? I just saw everybody, man. I mean, but it's that night. So when I got in there that night, something happened that night. Something happened that night. Something happened. Got in there. Edgerrin James had a great party. Everything. Then I tell you, you couldn't prank. You wasn't even supposed to tip the people. You got to sneak and tip the people. But everything was great. Everything was free. All you drinkers, y'all would have loved the drink. Y'all would have had. But y'all, what I learned on the trip, I learned a lot. Yeah, this is a good show to share. Oh my God, this is a good show to share. Cause this stuff not gonna be talk. Can't nobody ever talk about it because ain't nobody been there but me. I mean, I didn't see none of y'all up there. I didn't see nobody else from Houston up there. I just did. You know, I saw one, the Toro, the number one, they supposed to be the number one fan from Houston. He had that's the only Texan jersey I saw up there. But I'm trying to take y'all through the party. Stuff was happening. Oh, we walk in the room. Ray Lewis and all these guys. Not name dropping this, the Hall of Fame. So listen, most guys with a gold jacket come back for this. So they all over the place. Okay, gold jacket. It's gold jacket. Tyler, I got so much still, y'all. Let me get it, because Jimmy be on in a minute. So Charles walked in. Charles, me and Ty and Charles, we was talking. So all of a sudden, Charles said, hold on. Free cigars. I got some. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Why these folk they give all these rich people all these cigars, Trey Phillips? And Trey Phillips, guys like me and you and all us got to buy cigars. They giving all these rich people, just giving them cigars. I mean, here, man. Here. Warren Sapp, y'all, hey, this week, I can't tell you today, but this week, remind me to tell you a story about Warren Sapp and Charles Haley and Emmitt Smith. Great story. Y'all remind me now, because I mean, I got so much. So we in there. So Charles said, stop. Hold on, y'all. Told everybody we was in a little room. We was in a room there. That's what his little cigar room. He said, everybody, when I, on count of three, everybody says, thank you, Ray. Everybody stopped, y'all. These people were drinking. They were having a party. They stopped. It said, everybody said, thank you, Ray. He's talking about Ray Lewis, right? So I don't know what the hell Charles is about to say. So guess what he said? He said, because, thank you, Ray, because Ray Lewis is responsible for me only having 8 minutes to talk about my life at the thing. Because he went 30-some damn minutes the last time, so they cut everybody to 8 minutes. So I mean, it was crazy, y'all. It was unbelievable. Everybody just bust out laughing. Ray was going crazy, and but I didn't know that. So if you go back, Peyton Manning, I think, mentioned it a little bit. But Ray Lewis went 34 minutes, the longest in history. So then people said, we're gonna cut everybody to 8 minutes. You can't go no further. So it was unbelievable, man. It's just being there. Yo, you know how, like Wesley Yates, you know how it felt when your son won the state championship? Brandy, your son win the spelling. Man, I'm telling you, I was sitting there. I was nervous. I kept getting up, moving, walking around. I mean, I was nervous. And I knew Charles was going to go last. Everybody, let me tell y'all something. That town of Canton. What's up, Jonathan? That town of Canton, Ohio. Let me tell you something. I don't know how they treat us black folks the rest of the year, but it's in Ohio. But let me tell you something. Those people, those people were so gracious. The city. Ty Law, my dude, got inducted in 2019. He bought a vodka company called Level, wait a minute, V1, VONE. Here it is right here. I had this, the hat I had on at the ceremony because he wanted me to wear his hat. V1 vodka. Ty Law is such an astute businessman. You remember Charles Woodson got the wine and the bourbon. Ty Law owned a bunch of, they call bounce, like you know how you jump on the trampoline, the kids. He had 50 of them around the country, right? Right before the pandemic hit, he sold it, right? Right before the pandemic. So he parlayed a lot of his money back into the this vodka. Listen to me, y'all. Emmitt Smith, every time I saw him this weekend, had a bottle of Ty's vodka. Everybody was talking about it, so they told me to taste it. Ed Russell. I said, what the hell are you using me tasting it? I don't have a reference point to tell you what I'm up against. I ain't tasted Ciroc. I haven't tasted the Velvet. I don't drink. So I tasted it. I didn't know what the hell I was looking for. I just tasted it. But every time I had a smooth vodka. It's called Level 1. Y'all, let me tell you something. I had a bottle I was bringing home to somebody. I was going to bring it home, right? So something happened with the plane this morning. Doing these events, the airports are packed. I would have either missed my plane because I had to check, liquid you have to check. I couldn't check the bag. I had to go in the restroom and throw that whole bottle of, I think it's cucumber flavored, in V1 vodka. Thank you, Daryl Barnes. That's what I'm talking about right there. Boy, if we had more Daryl Barnes in this world, yes. Just taste it. Just order it. You can't buy. It's not in Texas yet. Happy birthday. Hold up. Happy birthday to Jeffrey Day's son. Let me look. Let me see what the young fella got. Hold up. He said, today is my son's birthday. He started a clothing company last year as a freshman. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to all of that. Thank you, Jeffrey Day. I'm going to get to that. You see, y'all see how I am when y'all talk about my kids. I stop everything. I'm telling y'all a story. But when it's come to these kids, I got to talk about it. But yes, I had to throw the bottle. But Ty was so... Let me show you how genius he is. Every bar in Canton, Ohio, the Hall of Fame, on the field, they were only serving V1 vodka. V1 vodka. And the wine they were serving at the Hall of Fame was what? Intercept Wines by Charles Woodson. Yo, I can't make this up. These young guys came in and pulled their resources together. See, I keep trying to tell y'all. One of us might be able to buy a house. But Daryl Barnes, about 20 of us can buy a building. Daryl Barnes, we should have had a hotel. Y'all, the Courtyard Marriott was getting $400 a night. The Red Roof Inn was getting $300 a night in Canton, Ohio. They don't have no high-end hotels. I stayed at the Courtyard Marriott. Yeah, hey, let me tell y'all something. And I'm sitting there saying, I wonder, do any of us own a hotel? All of these players that been through that, all of these gold jackets. But these two young men pool their resources and use their power. Rick Brown, Gary, they use their power and their influence. If you was drinking vodka in Canton, Ohio this weekend, it came from them two guys. Gary Carter, all the people who just came on. I got to share something with y'all because I want not about me, but the significance in the numbers. I didn't know this, ain't but 356 players ever done and got a bust in Canton, Ohio at the Hall of Fame. 356. Three of them. I happen to be blessed to be in them guys' lives, and they work in my company, work with them. Orlando Pace, Ty Law, Charles Woodson. Ain't but 356. Thank you, Trey Phillips. Trey Phillips, somebody who drink vodka, please. Oh, I just want to know how good. Because let me tell you something. Emmitt Smith, everywhere he did, he had that bar. Yo, this what Ty did. This was his promotion. He got a gold jacket, right? Well, y'all look, the bottle that I had to throw away in the airport, I threw the bottle away, but the bottle was wrapped in its own gold jacket. See that? Hall of Fame. This is the gold jacket. This is the collars. This is I had to throw away the bottle because they wouldn't let me put it on the plane. Because I didn't have time to check my luggage. This is it. V1 vodka. You see it at the bottom? This how your bottle, this, when he came to you, he said, here, man. Here. I got this for you. Let me tell you something, man. I am so proud of that group of young men. Charles Woodson's cousin, James Crawford. He told him he is one of the part owners to all the nice nightclubs and stuff in Atlanta. Okay, Charles Woodson's cousin. Okay, I think Charles is some kind of way tied up with it. He said, look here, you and Ty Law, I'm gonna get licensed. I guess you know in liquor you got to get like Ty Law. His stuff is not in Houston yet, in Texas yet, because you got to get permission. I don't know all the rules to sell in that state, in each state. He told him, if you get that vodka in Georgia, it's in all of my clubs. And he looked at him. He said, look here, young fellas, now, this how they talking. They talking big boy shit. Excuse me, stuff. I'm sorry. Get what they said, Daryl. He said, y'all the gold jackets in this. But when it comes to that club stuff, I'm the gold jacket in that. Y'all got to understand. I sit here and watch these young kids come out of college and grow. And now they're what? Captains of industries. They the bosses. They employing people. Hey, I'm telling y'all, it was a proud moment for me. And I'm going to show y'all a few things about it. But think about this dude. This dude thought enough to say, I'm going to take advantage of my gold jacket. I'm going to wrap the bottle. Y'all ain't going to lie. I don't even drink. And I was mad because I wanted y'all to see the bottle. Matter of fact, hold up. This how he come take over the club. I think I put it in it. Jimmy about to come on. Hold up. I think I got it. I think I got it somewhere. Hold on. I'll bring Jimmy in. Hold on, Jim. Hold up. I think I got it, Jim. I got this. I got to show my people something right quick. Where is it? Oh, okay. Hold on. Got to show y'all something right quick. I think I did it. I might. Oh, here it is. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. Here it is. Now I just got to wait on it to load. When it load, it'll load up in a second. Okay. That's his vodka, right? In one of the clubs. Matter of fact, you know, I can't show the whole, because it's long this way. I can't show the whole thing. His vodka, they took over. Wasn't no other vodka sold in no club. Look, his vodka it's all up and down that wall. Unbelievable. I had to show that to y'all. I'm proud, man, when my young fellas do something like that, man. Jimmy, I got you in there. Hold on a second. Welcome, Jimmy. Pull yourself up in the screen. Oh, you got it. But y'all, Jimmy, I was just sharing with everybody my trip this weekend. Short and sweet. I'm running on fumes, so you can have your way today. You can, Jimmy, I'm short. If y'all see me blink out, I might take me a nap. I'm serious, but but I want to talk about. I know a lot of stuff happened over the weekend. Let me see. Before Jimmy. Before let me get my Jeffrey Day. We got some Keontae George news. I want to shout out to that, but I want to share this with everybody before I get off the show. Share the show, Jimmy, right quick. Tell everybody to share the show right quick. But on this day, 50 years ago, Jimmy, Satchel Paige was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. And tonight, they said the Royals will celebrate the 50th anniversary of his inductions into the Baseball Hall and a pregame ceremony following tomorrow's plaque displayed at NLBM. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. It's old Satchel. We talked about him last week. Status Moody's birthday, Jimmy. And just wanted to talk, share that with everybody. Yes, during this heading to Memphis, I know Jimmy might mention that. Keontae George going to Baylor. Memphis is not finished, y'all. I tried to, Jimmy, I threw away some vodka, Jimmy. I don't know if you were listening. Jimmy, I had the vodka in Ty Law's new vodka. That's his gold jacket. The vodka comes wrapped up in this gold jacket. So I come to the airport and my flight is, have time to line so long. So I had to check it. And I couldn't, if I would have missed the flight, if I'd have checked it, Jimmy, I went in the restroom, pulled it out, and dropped it in the thing. I know you would have tried to give it to somebody. I ain't had time. It's too early in the morning to be trying to give it to somebody. I said no, and I didn't have nobody. So look at him. He told me shaking his hand. He's shaking his head. We gonna get some more. He told me I can't throw away no good liquor now. I look at him, y'all. But what's up, man? yeah, I did it. Yeah.
The more I teach you, the dumber I get.
Yes. Jimmy, what could I have done? I ain't gonna miss no damn flight for no little bottle of whiskey.
Could have done a couple of things. First of all, if you'd have had your TSA pre-check and you had your clear and you would have beat that line. First of all, you wouldn't have been in the line.
No, the pre-check line was down. The clear line was down the street. Cleveland, everybody. Jimmy, I was at a major event. Everybody coming from an event on Monday morning. It wasn't no regular event. So yes, okay. Give me something else. That's X'd out because I got both of them. But keep going. What's the next one? What's the next one?
The next one, first of all, you're supposed to get to the airport. And first of all, you said you was running late on your plane. Yeah. You go back out there and you could have went and sent your thing in or checked it in. You didn't have time. So you messed that off. That was you. You messed off your time.
Yeah.
I don't know what you could do.
Hey, Ken Lawson, but guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna call Ty. I'm gonna say, homeboy, man, I couldn't take that stuff on the plane.
Because I would have, in worst case scenario, you had time, they still wouldn't let you through, and you had time to go and check it. And I'd have called a person coming out of there. Hey, look, man, he go a $20 bill. Matter of fact, he go $30.
You can't ship liquids, Jimmy.
You missing what I'm saying? I'm gonna catch that girl coming through the thing with her spandex on, coming on the landing. Now they coming through. You can see them when they coming through. Come here, little mama. I got something for you. I'm gonna get you a bottle of some red. Meanwhile, I got to hurry up and go. Here go my card. I need you to mail this thing to me.
You can't mail liquor, Jimmy. You're not listening to me.
Listen. There have been some people. Listen, if they can mail that good, you can mail some liquor.
It's not liquid, Jimmy. Go. Take your butt to UPS or take your butt over there. They're gonna ask you, is any liquids in here? Ship some with your bad self. Go, yeah. So give me another one. That don't work. Jimmy, I done thought about all the scenarios. Give me one more. Spandex. You tell girl to put it in her spandex?
No. She could have sent you say you can't ship no liquor.
Excuse me, hold up.
When you tell her to keep it, I'm gonna
Jimmy,
fly
let me
back there.
clarify. So, Jimmy, let me clarify, because Trey Phillips, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. The shipper, the vendor can ship it to you. The vendor can, but a person can't ship it to another person. That I done already did it. But keep going, Jimmy. I already tried.
Worst case scenario, if she look good enough, you keep it. I'm flying back here in a couple of weeks. I'm gonna get this bottle from you, and then I'm gonna take you out and get you something to drink. That's how you take you something to get something to eat. You simple. It's just that simple. So she gonna hold it at our house. She gonna text you in a minute. You gonna win. And if you happen to go back to that country,
I won,
town,
Jim. You know why I won? Guess how I won? I made my flight. My flight and my peace of mind was worth more than a little $30, $40 bottle of liquor. Throw that shit. Throw it. I know that dude heard me. Jimmy, it didn't even hit the bottom of the thing. That thing said, I mean, it must have been a bunch of garbage in there. It hit right there in the garbage. I said, oh, I'm good, y'all. I mean, it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me, but I had to share it because I wanted to keep it the little jacket it had on. I mean, Jim, the little jacket is smooth. But just order y'all some. Maybe y'all get a jacket.
Gary said, who's flying back to Ohio in a pandemic? But Gary, understand.
Not Robert Haller.
You understand. When you fly free, if that bottle worth it,
I don't fly.
You just have to pay. All you paying is the taxes on the flight.
Nah.
If the bottle worth it, I'll go back and get that bottle.
Oh, see, you fly free. I don't. I have to pay.
So that's if it's worth it. It's simple.
No, it wasn't worth it. No, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't worth it. Jimmy, I pulled that bottle out and throw that bottle down so quick and got back in that line. Come on, man. Come on. Guess what? I'm gonna get some more liquor, but I'd have missed that flight. I'd have been mad. But what else we got?
And Gary, the free flights ain't really free. You simply find somebody that work at the airport, and this is the perfect month to do so because they have everybody that works at the airport. Well, especially different airlines have different. Some of them is the beginning of the year, January. Mm-hmm. Some of them is November. Now, depending on which airline that you find an employee with, you'll be surprised. Some of these very parents that you see sitting in the stands, some of them work at the airlines. If you're making a mixtape or their baby good enough, you might be able to work a deal, and they may be able to get you on them flight, get you on their companion list. They might some of these. You'd be surprised.
I worked a hell of a deal. I threw that shit in the garbage, and I felt good about it. That's why I can come talk to you about it.
Well, we're not talking about the liquor no more. We're talking about flying. How you can get hooked up. A lot of people don't have no idea how you can get hooked up. It's simple. You ask. Hey man, you know anybody work for the airline?
I don't want to get bumped off the flight.
Understand the pandemic right now. This is when they ain't for to get no more checks out, or they're not likely to. So that means people gonna be looking for their Christmas money this year. So that means they normally charge anywhere from $2,000 to $35,000 to $4,000, depending on what city you in. Anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 you might be paying, and they add you to their companion list. And guess what? You be able, and some of them they may charge you. They may charge you fix it where you have to pay taxes on the flights. Some of them may not. But then that's the worst case scenario. That's how it goes. It's a hookup. Now, guess what? If you fly a lot and you think about it, the average round trip ticket is about $500. If you're getting it, unless you get some way months in advance, that's the average round trip ticket domestically. It's about $500. So if you're going to make, think about it, $500 goes into that 6 trips round trip. That's $3,000. If you think you're gonna make 10 trips, 15 trips,
forget about it.
Then you best go find you somebody. What do you mean forget about it?
I'm not doing it.
You saying you're not doing it if a person
I'm just not doing it. I did it before. I got bumped out the fight. I don't like that.
Okay, guess what, Haddle? Now it's different than before. I know certain airlines like United Airlines, you could pay a little more for a guaranteed seat, and it still comes out better. To get you a guaranteed seat might cost another $100. So that means you guaranteed a seat. Now it's up to you if you want to sit there and ride standby if you want to or not on certain coming out of certain business. Trust me, guys. On my later on in life, I might get a concierge business and just show everybody different things. Just get me, I'm gonna hook it up for you and then bill you for it. Because now you got Cash App, Zelle, and you can do that for people now. So that may be another little lick for me to go into, finding people deal. I can save you some money. I can save you money now. One thing about it, you know that. I might be one of the only coupon cutters on this whole chop shop right now. Every Wednesday, it's the reason why I get that local paper. The local paper pays for itself just
Your
on
ass
Wednesdays
wasn't gonna get out
by
of there.
itself.
You wasn't gonna get out of there today. You ain't gonna get out of those Super Bowls, but you had to pay for the ticket.
You got a guaranteed. That's what I'm saying. So if you're going to an event, only a novice, a buddy pass rider would try to find.
You just got to have patience. And
no, you go and you buy your guaranteed seat if that means that much to you. For some people, ain't got no day job, Albert. I'm quite sure you probably saw a boatload of strippers in the damn airport as well on that Monday morning. If they getting up out of there,
I ain't see no strippers. Jimmy, people, no, I ain't see no strippers. People weren't having stripper parties. They were having parties where their wives and all their friends can go to this weekend. This wasn't that. This was the Canton, Ohio is it's a different animal. You know, I was with the guys that would be in the strip club. All of them, they was with their significant others. It was different. It was different. It was a family type of atmosphere. Even Edgerrin James had a great family type. Peyton Manning, Al Flores, what is his name? What is his name? Flores. What is Al? What's Flores' name? He had a nice party, but no, it's all good. Man, ain't nobody. Shut up, man. Man, why was the Yates? Something wrong with him.
What he say?
Something wrong with him.
He said he's still in the room. You never know. They dress different now. They dress different now.
But wait, guess what? We didn't have time. Hey, y'all, listen, I told you I'm running off film. Jimmy, I left the party going to the airport. Yeah. And hold up, Jimmy, got to the airport in time. Guess what happened? No shuttle service at the rental car place. They come late. So I got the Uber. I'm clicking Uber and trying to get them to come. Man, I got in there, man. The line was a mile long. I said, get the hell out of here. No, wait, when the clear line long, but you got to realize, Jimmy, this Cleveland. Cleveland ain't nothing like that thing. We got a monster out there. Y'all be that monster airport we got out there. We got a our airport is on steroids. Some of these little old bitty meat and potato airports. And Cleveland's supposed to be a big city, but it's the airport's old and archaic. And somebody tell me, and maybe it's just me, Jimmy. Since I need one of these little brilliant mind kids. When are they gonna change the archaic way of loading your luggage and the luggage come around on a carousel? We've been doing that same thing for 50 years, Jimmy. The conveyor, but when is it? I wish somebody would come up with something better and different than this old ancient ass way of putting this thing and you're waiting around on your. I think it's time. Yeah, wait a minute. We got Ubers. We got all of this. It's time we can have an app and know where our damn bag is. So I mean, I'm throwing that out there to you little smart kids out there. But yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, Edgerrin James, Paul Miranda. Hey, Edgerrin James, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable young man. Do not, and I'm gonna repeat, Jimmy, you weren't on it. Do not let his appearance fool you. That man there, sharp as a tack. Oh my goodness, unbelievable. Great, yeah. EJ, that's what they call it. EJ, he's a real one. He's a real one, Jimmy. But what else you got, Jimmy? What else you got?
Oh man, I got we're gonna, of course, we just tuned to the Chop Shop. We're gonna take out the time right now to invite you to share the show. Let's get this thing crunk on a Monday. Let's share the show to your timelines. Let's share the show to your groups. Give us a thumbs up if you're on the YouTube page right now. We're gonna get it popping. Let's dive. Of course, we're gonna for those of you that are tuning in for the first time that were down in Louisiana, we're going to talk about and recap. I'm gonna share some afterthoughts about the Maul Mondays statement session, which took place in Louisiana this past weekend. That'll be coming shortly at the top of the hour. So that way you got time to go and share the show and let some of the people know that to come on and tune in and get a recap of that event. At the top of the hour, we'll dive into that, as well as if you're coming on, just joining us about want to know more about the young fella, number one player in the state of Texas, makes his college commitment over the weekend. We're gonna talk about that on the back line and share thoughts on that commitment as well, and also some more NCAA news that came out of the weekend. But first, let's dive right into some NBA talk real quick, Hada, and get this out the way. The Vegas Summer League is in effect. Uh, uh, I like the lineup. Smart NBA. They're getting smarter and smarter how they're putting schedules together, and they had a good lineup last night. Got a chance to. I caught the very end of the Rockets game. It was pretty much over last possession. I don't even know it was on TV. I just got in town and took a nap and woke up and realized, I said, let me check. And I'm going through the things and see that Summer League is on ESPN too. So the Houston Rockets, Jalen Green got a chance to make his debut and had a splash. It sounded like, of course, I didn't watch the game, but he had a great game in the win and like he was having fun out there from the highlights. He was opposite the young man from USC who's at Cleveland, even Evan Mobley. And then the game after that, Cade Cunningham got a chance to play. Cade started out the game cooking in the first quarter. Hit, I think, 2 of his first 3 shots. A couple of them was both 3-pointers. He finished, I think, with 12 points. Kind of leveled off in there, But obviously, it's an understatement. Everybody that's playing in that atmosphere is nervous. So we know everybody is nervous for his rookie. Don't let it fool you. There hasn't been one that came through the summer league that said it wasn't nervous. That's just a fundamental human reaction. But at the same time, it looks like Detroit is all in on Cade. They're looking good, and people are wondering, like, okay. And what I think I didn't know how they didn't pay attention to, because Detroit never gave us a reason to pay attention to them this year. One of the worst records in the league. I didn't realize that that Josh Jackson was starting some games for them this past year. He
That's
went
why
back
they
home
the
and
worst team in the league.
yeah, but still, I mean, that's a way to revive your career. He was like, Memphis, you guys had put him on the side of the road for heavy trash, and look like he's back, and now he's going to take a secondary role because Cade is going to have his fingerprints all over this offense. But that, I didn't realize. I was like, wow, I didn't know that's where he went. He was in the last year of that rookie deal, and he was serviceable. He averaged about 25 minutes a game with Detroit. So he probably is going to be that version of Daniel House in that program. It'll be you get the rope, and it's up to you for whatever you do with that rope that you get. But got a chance for those of you, some of your thoughts on the NBA Summer League. We welcome you to come and let us know what you think about it. And did you watch any of it? And
I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance. I just saw highlights. I was gone all the time. Yeah, didn't get a chance.
Yeah,
but I read up Jalen Green, and I was trying to. A lot of people didn't really know who, about Jalen Green, and like I was telling you, I had the advantage of seeing him, and I know people talking about we want Mobley. Yeah, Mobley good. Jalen Green is different. That's his first game, but that's what you're supposed to do when you're the number 2 pick in your first game. That's what you're supposed to do, because Jimmy, that summer league is for him to get better. When your top picks, it's really featured for you. And if your ass don't do well, that's on you. But let's see what he do and come back again. He acts like it. What I like about Jalen Green, he act like he enjoyed playing basketball. He looked like he having fun. He ain't out there, he just he's an entertainer. I said, man, y'all get your popcorn ready. I just don't like them ugly ass outfits. But if he can get some proper outfits, boy, he gonna be all right with me. Yeah. But who else did something?
But they asked him in the press, and in the post game interview, the young lady asked him about his attire on draft night, And they said, yes, it was purposely done. It was a more so an attention seeking move because the objective was to get people to talk about it. And they talk about what he had on, then indirectly you're talking about him. So that was and it was tactfully done. You know, and guess
It was
what? He said,
tactfully terrible.
well, understand something. No, the marketing aspect of it, how that thing turned into a social media hashtag. I mean, so if the purpose was to get attention, he got it because of that. Now, some people, everybody that get their units on draft night, it ain't necessarily to get that much attention. Some people really think I'm just gonna look.
No,
I'm gonna
no,
look
no,
fly.
no. Every one of them want attention. Every last one of them. Even
So if every last one of them wants attention, then who got more attention for what they wore
no, but I'm
than
talking
him?
about like Kay Cunningham. He said, I want a classic style. I don't want to be a meme. I want to look at this 20 years from now, and you're gonna be saying, oh, he was like James Bond. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, it's just different tastes. I just don't like Jalen, the taste that they got for him. It's just too feminine. I didn't like it. Dwayne Wade started that mess. So I just don't like it. It's just my opinion. I don't give a fat rat's ass on how many likes he get. I'm just telling you, a guy that loves fashion, he didn't have to go there. He just didn't have to go bell bottoms. The hell out of here. He didn't have to go there. I mean, he just didn't have to go there. He's a meme now. So you saying it's attention? He's a meme. They got him looking like Max Julian, like on the map.
Well, guess what? And long as he's balling, and that meme ain't gonna be a joke.
Dwayne Wade was balling, but you call him tight bridges.
But it wasn't. Understand? But it wasn't. That's what I'm saying. You can't turn it into a joke. You can sit there and you can critique it, but it ain't a joke. Unless he's not performing. Now, once he's not performing no more, then all of a sudden it's like it turns into a joke. You're the butt of the jokes now. So only time will tell in regarding this young fella.
Check this out. Julian Green said, I thought Cade did well controlling the game and getting to his spots and looking good. And Bucket, he's young and he's the number one pick, Julian, till much is given. See all of that talk you talking about right there? I think he controlled the game well. Get to his spots for good looks and the bucket, and that's coach speak to me, right? He's young. Shit, Jalen Green young too. Everybody in there young. So the number one pick is expected a lot. What did Jello do? Because somebody was telling me Jello did all right. I didn't see it. I got it on tape. I just hadn't had a chance to see it. What did Jello do?
I didn't watch the Charlotte game. Some games were on the NBA TV. Some was on ESPN2 last night. And but he obviously did pretty good. But it takes more than one game to make the cut. Well, we'll see. But he does have good odds in his favor because number one, he's the elder, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't he the elder of the three brothers? And
Rick
that
Brown
means
said, let him make it. Rick Brown, I'm a fashion guy. I'm just talking about his fashion. I told y'all how great a basketball player he was. I said on this show and said, y'all talking about, well, I want Evan Mobley. I said, all right, you pass on this dude, Houston Rockets, and see what happened to your ass. Yeah, but I look at stuff. I'm watching people's outfits last night. Every time, that's what they wear it for. Guess what? All the guys who make their clothes, all the stylists, CJ Custom, he fitted Chris Duarte. He done text me 1,000 times. I got to text this stuff. My guy gonna be the sharpest guy in the draft. So guess what? That what people aim, I thought, was to be the sharpest guy in the guy. But yo, we got some people out here, they just want to be the talked about person in the draft. Gotcha. I don't care about being sharp. Penny them wanted to be sharp. Everybody, LeBron wanted to be sharp. He made a statement in his white. You got a young fella now, you saying, I just want to be talked about. And Robert Hatter is talking about his ass right now. So Yeah.
Well,
What else we got?
that's what that's
I
what he's
got
seeking.
him. Hey, I
So,
got him
so
every
that's
day.
just what he's seeking now.
And then
Now,
hold up,
once
y'all.
again,
Hold up. And then the next day he come to the press conference, Jimmy, and some more of that old D Wade type
guess
stuff.
what? And if he keep balling, you know what's gonna happen? If he keep balling, that's go somebody's gonna try to buy some of that.
Hold up.
Not necessarily, not whatever brand it is, it's gonna spike in sales.
Hey,
And,
Chuck
and
McGowan said it was made by Balenciaga. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you. He said his suit was made. Let me tell y'all something about that Balenciaga shit. Y'all ever seen them big old ugly ass shoes, that hospital shoes that Balenciaga make, and y'all, these dumbass people out here paying $1,000 for these ugly ass tennis shoes, Jimmy? Just cause Balenciaga make it don't mean it's good. But I thought the designer was Balmain. But what else? What else we got, man?
yeah, and of course we talked a little NBA talk. And speaking of NBA, I want to give a good shout to little cousin uh, Justice Winslow is picked up. He's signed a 2-year deal with the Clippers, and
I bet
remember
you
Justice
cheer for the
Winslow
Clippers
with
now.
me. I didn't necessarily go against the Clippers this year.
Not
I
this
wasn't
year, but a
against them.
couple years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, a couple of years ago, I just wasn't really still not. If the Clippers would have made it and won a title, then it would have supplanted uh, the theory of the load management, the purposely doing the load management. It would have gave wings to that to fly off in regard to what happened, how Kawhi Leonard did it, and I mean 2 years in a row. Of course, he did it with Toronto and won one, and he would have did it with the Clippers. So I was then also it would have supplanted and directly placed him to be able to hit a home run with his sneaker brand and their movement and their campaign for when he first signed with the Clippers. They went and put the billboards up and referencing to the theory of another new king or is in LA. And basically that was New Balance's effort, the sneaker New Balance. That was their campaign marketing efforts, taking a stab at Nike and so what. So I was rooting against that. Now, since you didn't do it the first time, you didn't do it the second time. Now it's like it don't matter what the Clippers you root. You don't want Ty Lue to get to stink. You don't want a lot of those other guys, even Patrick Beverly and his efforts, even though that ship done sailed. But I'm not anti Clippers. I'm just pro LeBron James in regard to the story. But even if LeBron don't win, I'm not avid enough to say, well, LeBron done got his out of LA. So if LeBron don't win, I'm not, it don't matter. I wanted to see the story go down. Like right now, the odds are against them with this old Geritol team. But now LeBron had already made a statement out over a couple of days ago. He went on social media, made a statement, and went and deleted it, basically challenging and calling everybody out. Keep that same energy. We see everything you're saying about our guys. We too old. We too this. And so, what made him delete it?
Thank you. With your badass. Why Billy Badass deleted? Chris Walker.
What
It's
what made
LeBron
him delete it?
James. Why he deleted? We saw it.
You
We
know,
screenshot it. Why he deleted?
and one thing I didn't look at, if anybody screenshot it, I'm curious, what time was the tweet posted? That's what sometimes it helps you understand the likely state of mind for some people. For example, if a tweet comes at after midnight, then sometimes of such magnitude, it may have been uh, uh, alcohol induced or motivated. What time did that LeBron James post hit the world wide web? If one of y'all know, just share that with us if you would be so kind to do so. Also, uh, uh, speaking of Chris Walker, we want to send a shout out to Chris as he flew into Houston this morning. His mother is undergoing uh, uh, a serious surgery process this morning, and so his mom out of blue sky. Remember, he was in town a couple of months ago during the playoffs. I remember I told you guys she had to. I went over to the mom house. They had a little feast over there. We grew up. She was all right. But then this is not a COVID uh, situation, but it's something that came up, and his mom is in having a serious surgery this morning. You think about it. I have confirmed. We got you to see Icy Mike. We fellowshipped with Icy Mike last week as well. What day was that? Wednesday or Thursday?
Tuesday.
That was Wednesday. Tuesday. Damn, these days going by fast. And since then, I've confirmed. I just came because Sandra had a doctor's appointment this morning down at St. Joseph's. All hospital beds are filled up. Guys, I don't care. It ain't my care for what you believe in, but the truth is the truth. The hospital beds are filled. I don't know what it's like in your city, but in Houston, if you have a surgery that's scheduled, that's kind of like a non-essential procedure, that stuff is being put off. If you're going to, unless you're going to a private practice surgeon, plastic surgeon, that's not counting y'all. But these hospitals beds, the ICUs, so know what that means? Unless you come into the triage in the ambulance with a critical emergency, your ass gonna wait a while. You're gonna wait a while. Some of you people from Louisiana, y'all better go and call Miss Thelma or whatever it is and try to get some remedies, because it might be better. If you're going, I'm telling you, it's going to take a while. So if you must go to the hospital on the emergency room, be prepared. I'm gonna give you some advice. Take your ass an extension cord with you. Take your extension cord with all your outlets. Your phone gonna go out because you're gonna so that way you can sit over in the corner somewhere, take you and get on down. But man, our strength and prayers extend to Chris Walker and his family. Remember, his brother, Chris Walker's brother, just rang the bell just this past fall after he was diagnosed with cancer. He just rang the bell this past fall.
Just hearing you thinking about this, to hear you talking about this, and send our prayers out to King McClure's dad too.
Leroy.
Yeah. He had a stroke. And I saw a picture of him and his son in the on one of the websites. But this pandemic has got to be, Jimmy, to me, y'all, the worst group project I've ever been a part of in my life. Y'all remember them group projects that depended on somebody else? Jimmy, I used to hate them because I got to always depend on somebody else for me to make an A. How about Karen Roach, Farron, Violet? Have y'all, you remember them group projects? Jimmy, you ever had group projects in school? I swear, Jimmy, I used to hate it, man. Because I know somebody in there gonna F it up every single time. Somebody ain't gonna have, Brandon said great analogy. Brandon, I mean, this pandemic is the worst group project because we always got, but let me tell you something. Some got to me the other day. I said, these people don't believe in the scientists and the medical experts that they had to go to the hospital to see. The hell you go to the hospital for? Don't ever go to the hospital. Because them folks don't know what the hell they talking about at the hospital. I mean, it's just weird. It's just me. I'm just trying. When did everybody become an expert at this stuff? Experts don't know what they're talking about. They're driven by the mighty dollar. They're driven, Jimmy, they're driven by the, and you just saying. They're driven. I mean, it's crazy. But what else we got? We're at
the top of the hour, guys, and you just made it to the top of the hour. I want to ask you guys to share the show to your timelines and friends. We want to give a special shout out right now to a young man that's going into his sophomore year of college. And today is his birthday. And his father, You guys may see him. He watches the show all the time, but he's also a school teacher as his primary day job. And so that means now a lot of teachers in various school districts are in training sessions or in services meetings as they prepare to take on the task of getting back in front of the classrooms. And in state of Texas, which the kids are not mandated to wear masks per the governor of the state. And as we talking about this topic, like I say, you believe what you chose to believe in.
We don't have to talk about it.
But everybody has choice.
It's like a group project, Jim. Some people just ain't gonna have it. Some people ain't gonna get it. Some people ain't gonna get it.
And it's just so funny. It's just so funny. We see a growing number of videos and articles from people in the hospitals making confessionals that they should have took the vaccine. In the NFL circles, we've had one star quarterback who've had a positive COVID. Well, not just a positive COVID. We don't go, it's deeper than that. He's had 2 rounds of side effects and being sidelined with the COVID. That's something different.
Mac Jones gonna have his spot and have his ass out the league soon anyway. Don't even worry about it.
And this is Lamar Jackson from the Baltimore Ravens. And they asked him yesterday during the presser. He returned up to his mandatory 10-day COVID protocol from the NFL, and he said he hadn't made up his mind yet. They asked him whether he gonna take the vaccine yet. He's had 2 rounds of COVID, 2 rounds in the past 8 months. So, but once again, we was going to give a happy birthday. You guys can join us in wishing Jeffrey Day Jr. a happy birthday. Yeah. He's not only in college, guys, but he's also started a clothing company.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, and he made 5 digits. That's a little bit. That means, in other words, for those that need help with this, he made at least $1,000 a month, right? As a NAIA student athlete in his first year of business. So what he's doing now is now that the name, image, and likeness is in effect. This is not just a Division I rule. This is throughout collegiate, any school that's a member of the NCAA, any college. So it's not a Division I. A lot of people may not understand. Yes, that means if you go to Paul Quinn, you can get name, image, likeness. If you go to Houston Tillerson, you can get name, image, likeness. If you go to University of St. Thomas, you can get name, image, likeness. You can benefit from it if you're able to do so. So notice a lot of times now, I know in Houston, how we go by downtown by the old Sears. University of St. Thomas normally has a billboard they occupy with some of their stuff, their criteria, their school advertisements. And one time of the year they have some basketball players. Those basketball players, for them to put their faces on that billboard, they have to get a waiver signed by the young men, or they would have to pay them whichever one they see fit. There are some people out there, whom I'm reading some of the comments now and about the vaccine stuff, but there are some people out there, guys, that would do it for free. Some people do it for free. That's each his own. Because sometimes you have to get a start, and the perception may be reality. So it means everybody's not going to be able to generate. How about the young man that transferred from Kansas to Oklahoma State, right? The guard from out of Oklahoma. He got a deal, just as I said. I said this way before the name, image, likeness, a year ago. I was saying, whenever this stuff goes in effect, there's going to be a car dealership in every doggone city that's a college that's going to make a decision. It's going to be faced with the choice of, do they go, instead of giving that extra car to an assistant coach, work that deal towards a student athlete. And yes, that's what they did. And the young man, which one? What's his name? Had a young man that'll get the guard from out of
I know
Oklahoma.
that, man.
He's,
I got. He's
uh,
so
you guys help
insignificant.
me out.
Bryce Thompson.
Right, Bryce Thompson. I mean, but notice it's big. Let me tell you why it's big. The dealership owns multiple locations in the state of Oklahoma. They signed them to a deal that bridges over from Stillwater and also at the location in Tulsa. Now the thing for me is that deal in Tulsa, which of course, at least I don't know the details, but at least he gets he gets a drive around in an orange souped up Ford Mustang, brand new. You know, guess what? That's a good start. But what if one of the young men from Tulsa, probably who had stayed there, the young man that transferred away, that deal in Tulsa could have been for him. Or one of them that stayed there. I wonder if he has
Max A. Smith.
Max. Right? So anyway, just said that's a good one. What it does is
it's a good starting point. I mean, hey, we give him
it's a very good starting point. But once again, happy birthday.
I wanted to just give him use of the card that they don't say.
I don't know the details. I'm saying on the detail, but the worst case scenario, we do know. In all likelihood, I mean, more details will probably come out in the next day or two, because they first of all, I would assume it's one of those lease deals. You're leasing them the vehicle, and that way you get a chance to return that thing and get another one in maybe 6 months, maybe, or in a year, and that way driving. Because that's think about it like this. If you think about how much every news outlet in the state of Oklahoma, plus in Lawrence, Kansas, because he just left Kansas, transferred away, they're going to write about that. They're going to talk about that, right? That probably is going to make ESPN one of their bullets of the day, or probably did, maybe not. Well, what happens now is, think about the advertising money, because everybody that runs a video clip of the story is going to show him driving off in the Mustang. So just think about it. That's a commercial. Think about all of the money. So they're going to save that much in potential advertising expenses anyway. It's free advertising for that company, because every time they said, they got to name the name of the company, which I didn't on purpose on the Chop Shop. But anyway, that's a good thought on that. And of course, we're at the top of the hour on the Chop Shop. And I'll give a shout out to everybody who joined us, and we're looking at some of the comments right now, and people, and Herb says there's a student athlete that attends an HBCU that signed a deal with Bojangles Chicken. Guess what? Send us the link to that, Herb, so we can share it with some of the viewers on the Facebook Boom Boom Room. Guess that little chicken place right there, when you go to Prairie View, it would be crazy for them not to work a deal out with one of the student athletes on campus, the quarterback, the star basketball player, the girls basketball player. Hell, you can work a deal, just give them a box of damn chicken every week. If that's what they want, it's going to save them money, and they can actually have practice of being in the process of getting it. Now, guess what? I'm not the agent. But I'm just saying that they would be crazy for the chicken place. In every campus, there's one eating spot nearby that a lot of people favors to patronize. Why not have your big man on campus with a poster on the wall? Why not? That could be his social media platform. May not be great as the next guy, but it can influence those guys when they get done. Hey, let's go over here, man. So we're gonna come after the game. That might write that in the contract. Home games, you got to come over here and get in and pick up your 5-piece wing special, whatever. But there's I think Crystal just put the link up of the kid that Herb was talking about. Oh no,
football
oh,
player.
this is another.
But
It's another
somebody
kid.
up earlier, I meant to post it. It was talking about Amari Burnett. You know, the little guy was on that growing up ballers with them ladies. You know, remember the ladies who came on the show a long time ago.
Yeah.
He signed a deal. I mean, they say he signed a deal with a Degree, the deodorant.
Okay. Okay. That's a good deal. And you know what? Almost nowadays, any deal is a good deal right now. It's more than what they had before. Anything is a good deal right now. And it's great to see some of the young people taking advantage of it, because what it does, it makes the competitor or the competition of those endorsers, it makes them have to either wake up or get with the program. Because if you like the player and the player is performing, in all likelihood you might support what he uses. It's like when we mentioned the Chris Paul back in the days. I made a proclamation, a statement. I'm going to switch my insurance over this year. I'm not going to go with Farmers anymore. Ain't nothing against Farmers, but I mean they invested in Chris. Understand, whoever owns the company, that matters less. But at the same time, Chris Paul, I like what he's done. And speaking of Chris Paul, his term is expiring, and CJ McCollum is now the new head president of the National Basketball Players Association.
And guess what's unique
For the
about
next
that?
term.
CJ McCallum, but the unique thing about that is Grant Williams, a guy that I think might, he's going to be the vice president. A guy that comes off the bench, I think from Boston, Grant Williams. He's going to be the vice president. So
He just only been in the league for a couple of years, though.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Wow, that's rare.
yeah. But what
That's
happens
rare.
is, Jimmy, you know what happened? That little kid been very active, probably at every meeting, on every Zoom call, on every situation. So that's why it's a job a lot of guys don't want to do. And a lot of guys don't even want to be the player rep. You got to down there beg one ass to be the player rep. They don't understand it. And, a lot of people don't understand. I want to be a ball player. That's all I want to do is play ball. I don't want to do it because it's awesome responsibility. And CJ McCollum has been grooming for this position a long time, but he's on the downside of his career too. So it's good. It's good. We got some new blood in there. Let's see who the next young kid gonna come in. We got the next Malcolm Brogdon. I would have thought he would have been one of the guys that are in the leadership. Because everybody always talk about his astute acumen about all the things, anything, politics, business, and whatever. So I thought he would have probably been the vice president, but hey, he probably didn't run, or they didn't vote for his ass. So that's they didn't vote for him. What else you got?
Yeah. And thanks, Herb did send the link to the young man, and the young man, Kaiwan Dukes, and he's the young student athlete at UC. I'm sorry, Johnson C. Smith University. Johnson C. Smith University, and he's a football player, and he signed a deal with Bojangles. That's a chickens brand nationwide, and he's not the only one that Bojangles signed. He's just the first at a HBCU. They have two other people that they've signed with at PWI. Excuse me, guys, this year. And speaking of endorsements from HBCUs, as it stands, Alabama A&M receiver Zabrion Moore and the running back Gary Charles, they signed deals with Boost Mobile. Jackson State's defensive end Antoine Owen signed a deal with Three Kings Grooming. That's a black-owned, New York City-based black hair care product shop. We mentioned that when it took place a couple of months back. Norfolk State University, Raekwon Smith, and also Master P's son, Hersey Miller, signed deals as well. And you notice that Master P deal is going to take a while for the details to present itself with that, because people within the industry understand it's more so It's basically a dad putting a trust fund out there for his son, and they getting paid. In a nutshell, you paying your son legally,
Let him work for him.
but guess what?
Let
It's
him
some
work for him.
creative financing that goes, and it's what technically it goes down as an endorsement. So and it goes on the books, but that's
Hey,
why you notice
go on, go
you
on.
don't see details on it as you do the other deals yet.
A
Once
lot of
they
these deals
file
you
their
don't see
taxes,
details on it. You don't,
huh?
it's a lot of them, but maybe it's maybe it's, they want to be private about it. I don't know. But I saw some, Jimmy, too. I wanted to share, and I know we bouncing all over the place, but Jimmy, something happening, man, this year. The NBA just opened an investigation, man, into the Lonzo Ball and the Kyle Lowry sign and trade deals. It's a lot that happened, and I'm gonna get down. Okay, they was just talking about it's a lot of tampering was going on. Cause Jimmy, they had that day. I think it's the sixth. What day was it? One of the day it was the 6th of on that Monday, a free agency on Monday. But it was one day they had them. But Jimmy, those deals was happening so fast, Jimmy. So they saying, how in the hell is a sign and trade deal happening this fast? Sign and trades, you have to be talking to these people and know how you fit under their cap, how they fit on your cap, how you when you do a sign and trade, Jimmy, it takes a lot more work than say, I'm coming there. So these dudes is too quick to damn pull the trigger. And let me tell you something. So a lot of this stuff, a lot of these trades, I haven't looked at them all. A lot of these, that Garrett Temple deal is messing everything up, cause I mean it's got a whole lot of stuff, man, that's going on that these people trying to get a little too slick about. And David Stern said, I mean not David Stern, Adam Silver said you were slick enough, but you weren't quick enough. I didn't coach you. I mean they just doing it. They're doing it too quick, man. Jimmy, at 12 o'clock, you signing a deal. Like, you remember, hold up, remember you talking about, hey, man, I wonder where that boy date stamp. You remember the boy was signing a name, image, and likeness deal, Gary King? You talking about, Robert, the date stamp is 11:30.
Yes.
Jimmy.
Yes.
Yeah. But Jimmy, it might have been 11:30 your time. It was 12:30 on the East Coast. It's Jimmy.
Well,
it was 12 o'clock somewhere.
Well, and guess what? And that's still, if that was an NBA, not enough time to complete 30 minutes, not enough time to complete that. Everything goes into motion for a deal like that to be consummated. So that's what they're saying. It just doesn't, some things don't add up. And guess what? Those are like, it's so many rules broken in the NBA when it comes to trades, when it comes to deals.
Jimmy, you just
it's so many tampering.
You can't do it like this though.
You can't. Well, when they get rogue,
yeah.
or if it's two GMs that don't really care for each other at all, then one would give the other one up. But for the most part, it's like they turn the other cheek on it because they know how it goes, and it's almost like it's like in the recruiting game. It's so much.
Jimmy, guess what? They're gonna subpoena all phone records.
They have the ability to do so. They have the ability to do so if they want to. And so we'll see how this goes. And now the thing is, are they going to subpoena the records of the player that's involved? They have the authority because of the Players Association. Are they protected by the union for not having their stuff subpoenaed? I know they can subpoena the staffing or the administration of the teams.
Yeah, that's what
I'm just saying. But will they subpoena, or are they authorized to subpoena the phone records from the player?
I ain't worried about the player. I'm worried about if you've been contacting these said players. Wait a minute, like they say.
Yes,
in court, said player.
Hey, how many phones each one of them dudes have? Yeah. On the average.
Man, they got two there.
At least two.
They get them free.
At least two.
Yeah.
At least two.
Yeah.
So they're supposed to report their phone numbers. Supposed to. That's why in that case, when you get that, a burner is really a burner for those guys. Even if they have a personal phone number, they're supposed to submit that to the to the company or the program for which they work for. But yeah, that's some good stuff. And so now, of course, if you're just tuning in, coming up shortly, we're on the back nine. We got 9 minutes, half past the hour. Then that's when we'll dive into a recap from the Mall Monday statement session where I was down in Louisiana this past weekend. But first and foremost, as promised, we'll get into another commitment took place for a young man in Texas, and that is Keontae George.
Bad man.
Keontae George is he's made it official, which he's going to Baylor. And the Baylor Bears, in his statement, he says that them winning the national championship had nothing to do with it. That's what he said, but the relationship that he developed with Coach Drew was primary. The fact that they have a winning culture, and he liked the way that they go about the freedom that the guards get within that program was evident in what we saw during their national championship run this past April. Keontae George is about 6'4". For those who haven't seen him before, he's been a winner for most of his career. I think his recruitment and his entire game hit a different gear from the going into the 10th grade year. He added what appeared to be about 2 to 3 inches to his frame.
He didn't add them. He just grew. He couldn't add.
I mean, he added.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the figure of speech, Heather. I mean, if you say he added, he went from one. I thought you
like 6'1". Added some muscle, okay, but height. Yeah, okay, I got you.
I mean, that's you in the terminology. He went from like 6'1" to about 6'5", and at that point, a lot of things that he was doing, he just simply personified, just simply got better. The game became easier to him because now guys would bounce off of him instead of him being able to finish through that contact. Him being able to now, it's no problem. They ain't got no problem trying to prove to you that he's a point guard anymore. That's why I keep telling people, them positions would drive some of you people clean off the cliff. If you want to call him a shooting guard, then guess what? Go keep cool with that. Shooting guard then. I mean, guess what? 2-3 trips down later, you see him bringing the ball down the court.
I got a question for you, Jimmy. Were you surprised? Did you figure Baylor? What? Did you figure Baylor?
Oh, that's what the leak. The leak was him, Baylor. Once Arterio Morris committed to Texas last month, when Arterio Morris committed to Texas, because Texas was long believed to be the front runner for him, for Keontae. But when Morris got on down, and right after the pain goes, a lot of people saw what they needed to see. Let's go and close the deal on this dude, get it done. They got him done, so now Keontae, even though they would be high school teammates, and they both probably can coexist, Keontae wanted his own platform. He wanted to run his own, get in his own lane. Well, guess what? Baylor became the front runner for Keontae. Tennessee became the front runner for Cason Wallace. And everybody knows Tennessee, Cason Wallace, so that's the front runner for him.
I didn't know.
So
did you, Jamie, remember I was messing with you last week? And I said, what about Jalen Duren going to the same college as Wichita? And you talking about, and I was kidding. I was trying to give you the talk, but you wouldn't talk because, the trees on the leaf had me think, that it was going to go to my favorite school in the world. My favorite school in the world. And guess what? We might have another top guy following very soon.
No, that could very well go down and go so, but at the same time, and it would help Penny Hardaway,
of course,
in the jacket now that a lot of coaches have tried to paint on his back. Now that's what happens with
what they tried to paint. Coaches. What the coaches tried to paint on his back.
But you can recruit, but can you coach? You can recruit them, you can get them, but can you coach? So that means now, if you can, so that was the jacket before. Now, mind you, Memphis.
That was the jacket. When was that jacket? Because it couldn't have been last year because he had a terrible ass team and won NIT.
But that was the you won NIT at the end of the season. So going into the season, and you didn't make the NCAA tournament. So then that's when the jacket was out there. It's like, well, hell,
Man,
let's see if he's that
forget
good.
them coaches.
Well, that's just how it is. I mean, you got to realize, man, Penny Hardaway walked into the business and went at one of the guys, one of the white coaches in the business who's part of a certain fraternity. You know, you have everybody's part of the basketball coaching fraternity. Then you got fraternities within the fraternity. Remember, Penny Hardaway went at Rick Barnes. And for understand, no
Jimmy,
matter what, that's
it
the
right.
state of Tennessee.
Rick Barnes ran his damn mouth, and Penny defended his players. That's what it was. You can't say he went at Rick Barnes. You're talking like them. No. I'm just going to correct you because I know exactly what happened. Rick Barnes coming up, talking about they're calling his guys floppers, calling his players floppers, and he took up for his damn players. That ain't going at Rick Barnes. That's taking up for his players. Why couldn't you say Penny took up for his players? That's why them white-ass coaches took it, and that's how they took it. I'm just telling you what actually happened. And for us to be around here repeating that stupid-ass mess, it's just not right. We shouldn't repeat that. That's that propaganda. Rick Barnes said they did a lot of flop because he got his ass whooped. They doing a lot of flopping. They doing a lot of flopping. They doing a lot of flopping. Penny said, whoa, player. Hey, I'm the coach over here. Direct all your stuff, comments to me. Leave my damn players alone. He didn't go at Rick Barnes. Rick Barnes went at him. Yeah. And I'm just giving it to you straight. You know,
Well,
let me tell you something. I don't get paid by no college coaches. I'm just giving it to you straight.
Once again, the terminology going at them might mean something different where I come from in my hood, from where you came from in Memphis. So when I'm saying going at, that means you talking back this white boy like this, and you're a black boy, supposed to shut your ass up, and he been in the business, supposed to bow down. That's what. So you go back at, or you snap back at him. That's what. So they figure, coming from the white boys, they say, wait a minute, you gonna snap back at Rick? You gonna know your place.
Shit me.
So that's going back at him as I use in the terminology. Now, whether it be all the technical stuff, I don't live by the technical creed. I'm going by the street creed. That's going back at him. That's snapping at him. That means you didn't according to them, the respect, the gentleman's creed, as like when the game is over with, you didn't go through the normal customary general handshake line. Then there's some coach out there saying, I ain't got to shake your damn hand no more. And I ain't got to go by that creed.
Trying for the last 3 years to get the oldest white man of them all, Larry Brown, and they wouldn't let him get him. He been trying. He been trying to learn. He's trying to be a disciple of one of the greatest coaches. But guess what? Memphis wouldn't let him do it. So guess what? I mean, dude, that dude ain't gonna kiss nobody's behind, dude. The man got a whole lot of money. He just like them. He ain't got to kiss Rick Barnes behind. If he don't coach tomorrow, he all right. These other guys trying to hustle and be coaches, that's it. Penny on a different what you call it? He on a different track. What's the boy say? What's it? He running his own race. That's a different race. So all I'm saying, Jimmy, I just didn't like, because I heard that a lot. I didn't like that narrative. It shouldn't be coming out of a black coach's mouth. If I ever heard one, which I did, I corrected him. Shouldn't come out of a black coach's mouth. I told y'all, we got two separate things. How they see us. Penny don't care how Rick Barnes, he know how Rick Barnes feel about him. And the rest of them. Seth Davis and all of them. But my thing is, how do the black media and the black coaches, how y'all think about him? That's a lot more. That's a lot more important to him. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
We are at the halfway point of the hour.
Yes, sir.
And once again, we just missed it. We talking about shout out to the Baylor Bears and for getting Keontae George.
Man, that was awesome, man. That was awesome.
So that's two. Understand, that's two of the top guards will be remaining in state. And that's the bigger picture. Now, once again, Casey Wallace is the lean or the early lean to him was widely believed to be Tennessee. Texas A&M is trying to change that, and a couple other schools in state. Will they be able to do so? Time will tell. But there now, what it does is it lets it be known that you win, they will come. They will continue to come. And remind you, so Baylor is looking very good as far as guards for the upcoming couple of years. Now, don't forget, they have Langston Love they signed for this. He's gonna be a freshman right now. He's on campus.
Mhm.
Then you have LJ Cryer, who remember whom they love LJ Cryer. And one of the things is, remember I told you the old saying, from certain winning programs at the Power 7 level in basketball, if you get redshirted, in most cases, it means they like you. They have future plans for you. If you don't get redshirted, that means they want you to go on, and they don't want to fire you. They just want you to go on and quit. Go on and go somewhere else. So LJ Cry is in the mix. Langston Love is in the mix. It's gonna be interesting to see how this thing goes for them. Now,
You know what? Farron said something. Farron, I got to tell you this one. They talking about Juwan Howard too. You remember he was about to one of them coaches. He was about to whoop Mark Turgeon. He was finna whoop Mark Turgeon. He was going. Him and Mark Turgeon with Jimmy. Now they was going at it. They was about to fight.
Turge.
You remember that? You didn't see that?
No, I ain't see that one.
Oh my God! See, look, y'all. Think about this, y'all. This the black press right here. Somebody Google it and put it up there for him. Turge walk his ass talking about, don't walk up on me. Oh, man, Jimmy, here. Maybe you was on one of your trips that day. You didn't see it that weekend. Maybe you was on your trip. Turge would have got his behind. Yes, sir. Would have got his head torn. Oh, Jimmy, that was Jimmy. I know all the white coaches about Juwan was trying to beat up on little old Mark Turgeon. But Mark Turgeon started it, Jimmy. He initiated it. Come on, don't come over here. Don't come in my face. Don't come close to me. Juwan said, yo, oh my God, you got to see that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. See, y'all forget about that one. But I just wanted to share that, Jimmy. Jim, you got some select. I'm gonna start sending you these. I'm gonna start sending you these videos.
Understand something. In the state of Michigan, the culture and the atmosphere when it comes to white versus black is not the same off the court. It's not identical from Tennessee to Michigan. It's not the same.
Jimmy, you're absolutely, I beg to differ. Jimmy, Detroit is like that. The rest of Michigan is lily white. Detroit, what, hold up. Ann Arbor? Jimmy, it ain't no smoke corner in Ann Arbor. It's different. No, Ann Arbor, y'all don't get Detroit mixed up with Michigan. I've been there. Offices up there.
I understand what you're trying to say. Once again, I'm talking about the culture of coming up from both. Tennessee is in the heart of NASCAR territory.
I'm from there, Jimmy. What are you talking about?
So absolutely. So
Tennessee got dudes like me and Penny coming out of there. We don't take no stuff. Let me tell you something. Them folks ain't down there taking no stuff. No, sir. No, sir. We had a black mayor way before y'all had a black mayor.
Have y'all, when the last, understand, in Michigan, didn't the last primary the Democrats won that state? When the
Yeah.
last time the Democrats won? When the last time the
Sometimes
Democrats won
Romney
Tennessee?
won. I think Romney won. Romney won that state. I don't know if Barack, that was a close state for them. Michigan, man, Michigan is a toss-it-up state, doc. We lost it. Donald Trump, we lost
I'm
it with
saying
Donald Trump.
once again, yes, you lost on the humbug, and we know what happened on the humbug. Well, my question was not that. My question was, when is the last time Tennessee ever had?
No. We ain't win nothing.
No, that means exactly.
But
that means
hey, dude, we got dudes though. We don't take Penny Hart. You know I don't take no stuff. Penny definitely ain't taking no stuff. All he told Rick Barnes was, "Hold up, man. Talk to me. We calling my damn players no floppers. Joe, get out the way, because just cause we whoop your ass." That's what he said. Just cause we will whoop y'all behind. That's all I'm saying. I don't know the different cultures, but I sit there and I watch how this situation between Juwan Howard and Mark Turgeon, this thing could have been a fight or a brawl. And I just tell people to keep the same damn energy. Ain't that's the word? Keep that same energy. Somebody that posted up, I got to find the video. Keep the same energy. That's all I'm saying. All the coaches out there who wanted to talk about Penny. See, they was talking about Penny because he had James Wiseman, and that damn Cal wanted him. Now, Jalen Duren said, "Hey, man. Hey, coach, I believe in you. I believe in you." Okay. Then we got one more guy might say, "Hey, I believe in you." Then they're going to be mad again. They're going to be mad again, Jimmy. I think they finna be mad again in the next week or so.
Well, the difference now is that the name, image, likeness now supersedes. It doesn't get an effect as far as eligibility. So that's the thing now, the difference. So now all the investigating NCAA, they can go and kick rocks when it comes to that part of the place because.
But why we got to say he did something? Why can't we didn't say that about Baylor?
Well, because
he got Durham. Why it's got to be projected that? Hold up. Why you mention the NCAA when we mentioned
because the why is because he's black. And he has an edge in the urban community. So that means now that's going to be the accusations. Period. Now, until you think that the day is going to come, they might Stevie Wonder might have to add a verse to ask to when a white person will come out and just say that.
They think about us. You said it. So you speaking for the white coaches. That's what you speaking for.
I'm speaking for the white coaches right now. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I'm telling you what they're saying in the closed rooms.
Okay.
And
I don't give a fat rat's ass what they think.
It's not. Well, that's the whole thing. It's not about whether you're giving one or not. It's the point that the conversations take place. So now next is going to be. You know what's going to be next? If it keep happening, then they're going to band together and find a way to get him out. How do you get him out? You find somebody that's part of your midnight meeting fraternity that owns the NBA team, and you offer him a job that's more lucrative than Orlando, and you give him a job as
Jimmy. He gonna turn it down.
No. A lucrative in means of being able to win. That was the main hurdle why he did not take
his dream job, Jimmy. He ain't no career coach, Jimmy. He didn't be no coach nowhere else. He didn't.
Did he not entertain?
He didn't even want to be an assistant coach at Memphis.
Did he not entertain Orlando Magic?
No, he did not entertain. He used that as leverage, Jimmy. You wasn't on the show that day. I explained to y'all what happened. He used it as leverage to get Larry Brown hired. I don't care if them people in Memphis, because they wouldn't budge. He been trying to listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy, you was up at the camp. Let me explain to y'all what happened. Penny been trying to get Larry Brown on his staff since day one. Everybody was telling him no. No, first year. No, the second year. No, the third year. No, this year. No. I want Larry Brown. No. Okay. All right. Y'all in this business is called leverage negotiating. You got to have leverage. Hey, Orlando, let's meet in Chicago. Penny get on a private jet. Go to Orlando. meet with him. Lando's serious about him. Then they put out, guess what? Every day it was talking about Penny going to Lando. Oh, no, he's leaving Memphis. Oh, no. Next thing you know, Larry Brown got hired. Penny said, man, I'm good. He never wanted to go, Jimmy. And guess what? Guess why he's smart enough to know? This a dead-end job right now. He don't want that job with that damn them guys right now. He said, let whoever go there now.
That's what I just said. That's what I just said.
Let them lose.
I just said that.
Yeah. But he'll entertain it later. But right
now. That means if the Brooklyn Nets came open and they got with their people and they got, hey man, we got to get this dude. This dude is hurting us. He costing us millions. We can't beat this dude. We got to hire him. Get them the hell up out of this college ranks. He's gonna mess us because they're thinking that we can get these dudes. We got a magic wand. We can't beat this dude.
So they got to get Mike Boynton out of there. They got to get Juwan out. Get all the black coaches out.
And guess what happens? That's what eventually could and would happen.
Wow.
You get their ass up out of there. If you can't beat them, you got to zap it up out of there.
That's why we got to have our own, y'all. That's why we got to put ourselves. I was at the Hall of Fame yesterday, Jimmy. I wish I could put it up on the thing. I was sitting there looking, right? They were showing the donors. Oh my God. Oh. Can y'all imagine having enough money that you can get a Hall of Fame $5 million of your money? Jimmy, I'm at the $500 row. The $5 million row. The $100,000 row. It's just I'm just sitting there looking. Y'all, we got to put ourselves in a position where we be able to control our own destiny. Because listen what Jimmy said. These white coaches that he know and do business with, trying to get a young black man out of a profession and away from the team, his dream job. And these rotten ass clowns would even think about having a meeting about one of ours. I couldn't know none of them coaches. Because I'd get right in their white ass. Because they don't do nothing for me. I get right in there. See, that's our problem. I'm not sitting in no room where nobody gonna be able to talk about none of my people. I don't want to be in that damn room. If I'm not big enough to come and say, man, if y'all don't get, I'm going to tell it on y'all. I'm telling him on your ass so he can know what's going on. We can't let it keep happening, y'all. We got to do better. I'm telling you, we got to do better as a people. Quit kowtowing to these people. Yowza, mother, yowza. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No more. No more.
And last piece of news before we go, just tune in. Of course, we're going to give it a recap for the Mal Mondays statement session. And I'm going to share with you guys the all-camp team as selected by myself.
Let me about Mal Monday.
But first, I want to insert another piece of a headline that want to touch it. We got about 3 minutes to touch on real quick, and that is over the weekend at one of the baseball games in the Colorado Rockies versus the Florida, the Miami Tropics of Florida, Florida Marlins versus the Rockies, Colorado Rockies. One of the black players was batting, Lewis Brinson, and it was believed that it was heard on the audio as he was batting what sounded like the fan
heard it,
hollering.
I got the tape.
And after the investigation from the Major League Baseball, they have suffice evidence that it appears that from a camera and the audio, we knew what the audio says, but a camera that actually found that was beamed on the alleged source, the fan, that he was not talking towards the player. he was indeed, because the video had I don't know if you have the video that's beamed on the spectator. It shows him pointing in a different direction at where they show the mascot is named Dinger, and
The
he was
mascot is named
trying to
what?
get the attention. Dinger.
This didn't sound
Like a
like he
home
was
run is
saying
called
dinger.
a home run is called a dinger in
But
baseball
this didn't sound like he
terminology.
was saying dinger.
But understand. So as you now, when it shows him, like say, you know, you're over here, Heather, and you're to my right, and I'm looking over to my right. Now the plate is this way, is towards my left.
You know I'm queuing
Straight
it up.
ahead to my left. So understand something. So I'm looking to my right and I'm waving at you and I'm hollering, dang up. You know, whatever my terminology, the way I'm saying it may drag as it may sounds like I've been, because understand, it's a ninth inning. I don't know how many beers he had, but normally you sat in the hot sun. If you were most
I know
men,
how many ass whoopings
baseball.
he'd have had. I don't
So
know how many beers
this
he had.
thing, it goes to show, and they interviewed the people that were, some of the people that were around him, and they can attest he was trying to get the attention of the mascot. And guess what? That's very well possible. It's very well possible. Now, if they came up with a background check or more evidence, you do a deep dive into that person, and that person has a history, because it's a way you can tell, you can make a word and play on that word and make it audibilize as though you're meaning something else. You remember, I'll put it like this. You guys, that basketball fans, back in the year 2000, when Willow Ridge High School had TJ Ford and Daniel Ewing, Kenny Taylor, all those guys, and they had a fan base, Heather, that whenever Willow Ridge would go to the free throw line, they would say, whoosh, bish. Whoosh, bitch. But the way that they verbalized it would sound like whoosh, bitch. And it was nothing that the administration could do, because they did not tell audibly if they said, we're not saying that cuss word. Okay, we're saying something else.
Maybe this sound like dinger. Hold on. I'm finna give y'all a dinger. I don't believe it's dinger. That didn't sound like dinger to me. That sounded like something else to me. And the player thought it was too. Oh, here it is. Okay, here we go. So that could have been dinger.
And that guy, yes. That guy who's waving his hand, that's the actual guy.
Who waving? Right, I didn't see nobody. What? Hold on.
Okay. So I thought he was about 4 or 5 rows up. He's actually.
I'm gonna take the mute off so you can talk to him. What guy?
Now you see him waving his hand
right there.
He's waving his hand. He's pointing over there to the right, Haddle. He's pointing to the right.
But he's looking to the right. It.
Yes, that's him. That's the person that they're talking about. That's the one. He's saying it. He's waving, getting the guy's attention. Dinger, like, come over here.
He don't look like he's saying nothing right there.
Yeah, that's the guy.
I heard that before he raised his old stank ass hand.
He says it 3 times. So the second, he don't wave his hand on the first time he says it. He wave his hand after the second time. He's waving his hand, and the third time, and they just show the camera and it flicks back on the batter. So that's the guy. So now seeing his actions, trust me, a person that's bold enough to say that don't have to do no look. That would be a no look. A no look nigga. They ain't a no look nigga. They gonna look dead at you. So he was, and guess what? If indeed Dinger was in proximity,
Dinger,
guess what? That's what it is.
Dinger. Okay.
Yeah, in the 9th inning, it's the 9th inning of a game. You'd have had 3, 4, 5, 6 beers. That shit's gonna it could. Now guess what? Once again, we don't know him.
Okay.
Now, if he has a reputation and they come up with him in parties and him in blackface and he might have did it on purpose. It's possible. It's very possible. It could have been doing a no look on purpose just to get it on. That's very well possible. But it takes. So I understand it's one of those things that
I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna leave him alone.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna leave you taking up for that swine. I'm gonna let you take up for your homeboy. You done took up for the white coaches. Now I'm gonna let you take up for him too. What's the next one? Give me another.
No, I'm not taking up for him. I'm just. Now, of course, they've done the investigation, and that's what the news is, that Major League Baseball and the Rockies, they have investigated, and that's the result of it. There's another video out, and there's another statement out saying that they've determined, and that he was not talking. He was not saying that what we thought he was saying.
Almost smack him when I saying.
Yeah. It's gonna be
go straight that penetration.
I bet they probably, Colorado Rockies probably gonna get a text number. You can text message to Dinger. I bet Dinger gonna be the first one to him next game to take pictures of whatever hell he needs next game. But this past weekend I was down in Lafayette, Louisiana, and at the statement session, which was hosted by Mal Mundy. He's a young fella, like a little nephew in Louisiana. He does a lot of events down there, and his efforts to help restore the state of Louisiana into a consistent breeding ground for talent, national top shelf, top 10 type talent. So you got to start somewhere, and this is the second year of doing this, where he gets rising seniors and rising juniors only. Only about 40, it was 42 players from around the country, around the state. They were divided into 6 teams. Each team was coached by a college coach. Now, Division I coaches could not attend this type of gathering. So each of the 6 coaches were Stacy Hollowell from Loyola University in New Orleans, right? He's the head coach from where former Lamar High School standout, what's the little cat name from Lamar High School? He played at Lamar, had a couple of years ago. You guys help me out on the chop shop. He's playing in the Pro-Am League right now. He went to Lamar High School. You guys know exactly who I'm talking about. Huh?
That Pro-Am off the chain. Jimmy, they gonna
what's the young Burns. His last name Burns. Miles
Burns.
You know what I'm talking about.
Miles
Burns
played about the other day.
Miles Burns played for, this is his head coach. His head coach coached one team, right? Okay. Glenn Mayo at the University of South Carolina, Salkehatchie. He's coached another team, right? Another head coach, Rennie Mason, coaches at Louisiana College, which is an NAIA school in Louisiana. He's a head coach. Another head coach was coaching one of the teams, and that's Anthony Q. Anderson. You guys, he's very, very popular around the country. Q. Anderson got his heyday as the assistant coach under Perry Clark during their Tulane days, when their Tulane was on top of the world as far as a non-Power 5 program. Anthony Q. Anderson, he's the head coach at University of Fort Lauderdale, right? And 2 other teams, John Neville is at Hines Community College. That's a JUCO. And Larry Cordero coached one of the teams as well. Larry Cordero is at Louisiana LSU Alexandria, where he's the head coach. And he was named National Coach of the Year 3 of his first 4 years in the business. Little Larry Cordero. So they were divided into 6 teams, and they all played 2 games before going into an elimination bracket, right? Well, what I'm going to share with you guys, how I got it right there, you can pop it up on the screen, and that way we make it quick for you guys, is it's comprised a list of the top 15 players. I'm sorry, uh, that I saw at the on this weekend, and I got them in alphabetical order according to their first name. So first we got Brandon Washington from Zachary High School. Now everybody listed at the end of their high school, it's going to say 2023 only if they're 2023. If that doesn't say anything, that means they're a class of 2022. That way, just save a little bit of writing for those. But Brandon Washington, right, and this young man right here, uh, I'm, and that's a misprint on my part. It should show, because I know it didn't sound right. It should be Brandon Rogers. So I'll correct that before I gotta add my evals. Then I'm sending all this out to the college coaches tonight. It's Brandon Rogers. So sorry to the Rogers family. He's out of Zachary High School. And go up. Chris Ferguson is on that list. Chris Ferguson he's about 6'3", slim guy. Shoot the rock shot it pretty well from 3-pointer lefty. I like what I saw with him. Corey Skillman from Brother Martin High School. He's a 2023 kid, young man. He fared well over there as well. I like when it's a smooth mid-range game from Corey. Fred Payne, he's from Louisiana, but he would be transferring over to Legacy, which he has transferred over to Legacy, the School of Sports Sciences, and that is, of course, in Houston. So shout out to Fred Payne, and he did very well this past weekend at the event. DeAndre Thomas, right, from Ellender High School. He's number 87, and this young man here also, I mean, jumps out of the gym. A bit, it was a bit nonchalant, but that was just to later on. I would watch and notice it's just part of him and his cockiness on the court. How about Donovan Seamster, number 101? If you know this name, Donovan Seamster from Shreveport Woodlawn High School. Donovan, he can shoot that thing from behind the arc. I mean, he had one point. He had multiple times where he had back-to-back threes. I mean, they're just smooth shooter. It's going to be one to watch. How about number 82, Dorian Finister from Carver High School? Now, this young man, Dorian Finister, I really, really, really liked his game as well. He, his team Mason, I think they made it to the championship, and Dorian got injured in the championship game, and had he probably finished. Had he played, they might have would have won that thing. But he's a really, really solid kid, but Division I prospect. I love his mid-range game. I love the way he slashed that rack. Dorian Finister is one to watch. How about Joe Manning? He's another guard, a point guard that's very, very talented. Probably the best guard prospect in the building on this particular day was Joe Manning. He can see the floor well, great court vision. I mean, he has that swag, and guess what he does? He can make plays for himself and others. And the thing about it, he was just probably too unselfish during this particular event. How about number 84, John Kelly from Crescent City High School? And he's a bit on the raw side, but prefers to kind of face up a little bit more than boxing than posting you up down low. But the thing about John Kelly, he has great hands, good footwork, and he can pass that thing pretty well. I like John Kelly as well. And we're going through the list of guys as you see the rest of them, and that is Cameron Coleman from Wasserman High School. He was number 97. And this kid, he was on the championship team. Long, you know what? If you guys in Houston like Tyler Smith, which most of us do, he's kind of a poor man's
I love Tyler.
Louisiana. Well, he's a Louisiana version of a Tyler Smith. Cameron Coleman, number 97, Cam Coleman. I mean, he's thin, has a frame kind of like Tyler. Like I said, he's not as good as Tyler, no. But for Louisiana, which you apply them on the bell curve, Cameron Coleman is a name to watch in the near future. He's long. He's a good shot blocker. And that's, you looking at him for the defense first. Remember how you used to say that all the time, how for the kid who used to play for Westbury Christian that's going to U of H now, and and uh 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 and I go and I used
JVM. JVM.
well, yeah, Jay, yeah. I used to say you watch him from the defensive end first, and you would probably appreciate him more. He's a bit raw on the offense. That's Cam Coleman, who I'm talking about, who I was describing. Next up, number 100 is little Reginald Stoner. Now, Stoner, the thing that's cool about him, first game, I didn't watch his first game, but on his first game, he scored like I think he scored, I want to say 30 points in his first game. And what I did, I said, let me watch him a couple more times, which I did. And and uh and he's quick as hell. He takes gambles in the passing lane. Often they pay off in a steal, and he's bouncy. But and he's I don't he's right there on the border of a Division I prospect or not, because one thing, use the term loosely, but Reginald Stoner is one to watch. LeBree Williams, he has the frame and the body, and LeBree led his team, and he was like I think second leading scorer on his particular team. But LeBree is a name in Louisiana. That a lot of people love him. I liked him. Didn't love the way he was playing. I liked it. Liked enough for him to make this. His handles are a little bit loose. He has those long arms. He was, you couldn't miss him with those pink tennis shoes on. And LeBree Williams is a name to watch. How about same for Lance Waddles? Number 94, Victory Rock High School. Lance Waddle is a guy who's a gamer, and he was actually on the team, the championship team. He's a very good-looking athlete. He's that glue guy that is a Division I prospect. He kind of, in the face, he kind of resembles Derrick Rose in the face from how he looks, not the game. But the way he looked, as far as he has those dreads, and looked like a young 18, 16, 17-year-old version of a Derrick Rose in the face, that is. And that's Lance Waddles. His game is solid as hell. Like I say, he's a glue guy. Solomon Washington, number 98. That's number one player in the state of Louisiana. No doubt about that. He's his body. Now, the thing about it, he played this past summer with the team out of Memphis, Team Thad. He was one of their top guys on the team on the 17U this summer. Solomon Washington is going to be expected to make a difference at the high Division I level. He has the body. He has a college-ready frame already. He is a bit raw when it comes to understanding basketball, but he's so talented. For us, the closest thing I can think of to Solomon Washington is he's their version of Derek Griffin with a little bit more muscle. The high school version of Derek Griffin. Solomon Washington is Louisiana's Derek Griffin with a little more bulk to him. And because Derek Griffin really couldn't shoot that good facing the rim, but everything he does is mostly near the rim. If you're there and you happen to make the mistake of jumping with him, he's going to put you in the rim. That's Solomon. And unfortunately, a lot of the kids that's his peers right now, he has a slight bully persona to him. And those kids are kind of scared, not necessarily scared of him, but they're just they're going to avoid any type of confrontation with him. He's the guy, if you didn't foul him, he calls foul, he gonna take the ball and take it out. What you gonna do? You're gonna pick something up and go upside him. But then we're not talking about in that setting. They had three-man crews, referees for every game. But Solomon, he's so talented. I just hope that he ends up in a better situation that Derek Griffin did, because I made the comparison to him. We're going to see how that goes. LSU probably is going to be the school to beat for him. And once again, he is a talent. Last but not least is Tyler Ringo. He's a 6'7", 2023 kid that believe it or not, he has a Houston connection, because a couple of years ago, he actually played for that team, that Houston Hoops Blue Chips team. He played with them briefly a couple of years back, with Wesley Yates III and those guys. So those are 15 top players that I've seen this past weekend at the statement session in Lafayette. If you just tune in, that number 124 is not Brandon Washington. That was a misprint by me, and the name, of course, instead is Brandon Rogers. I will correct that before I send the report out to the college coaches tonight when I add my evaluations to those players. So that's what we got out of, as you can tell. That's how we rocking with this past weekend. And you guys make sure, Courtney Brooks from Houston, from John Lucas Enterprises, actually flew down and was there as well. And so why his purpose of being there primarily was to possibly get some invites for John Lucas's camp that takes place in September. And don't get it twisted. He also you gathering intel for possibly some players for their JL3 program. So that probably can be the case as well. But to see him down there working and grinding on a day like that is definitely impressive, to say the least. You're going outside the box to go and get them talent, because once again, in the state of Mississippi, I think they're now taking a back door to Arkansas and Oklahoma as two adjacent states. Well, Mississippi is not necessarily adjacent to Texas, but two states that are the closest over, two to the top and two over to the right from Texas, as a producer of talent. Mississippi and Louisiana used to be just hot as fish grease now. And I can actually make the case right now that Greater Houston probably has more Division I prospects, like legitimate Division I prospects, than the entire state of Louisiana and the entire state of Mississippi. It's that much talent in Texas, but they know that, so it's not a competition between the two. It's just a brother, which is Texas, people in Texas trying to help their brothers with exposure, and that's what one of the reasons it was for going down to Louisiana and doing so. And mind you, remember, I'm on the selection committee for the NBPA Top 100 camp, and a lot of people, they forget it until it's time to do voting, and they remember it, and they say, well, I didn't know it. Well, that's so reasons like this is why I have to branch out, because my primary area is this southwest part of the United States. So there we have it, had a recap from Mal Monday's statement section. Hey, we went out and partied a little bit on and down there, and
I don't want to mention party, Jim. I can't. When I get off this show, I'm gonna wake up at 11 o'clock tomorrow. I'm gonna wake up at 11 o'clock tomorrow and be ready for the show. Cause I do. Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, you gotta remember, I'm the dude that throwing liquor away.
I can't believe
Michelle talking about me, man. How can you throw good liquor away? All liquor bad. But I'm finna call and give me some ship. So, but yeah, man, that was good. So you went on down. So y'all were in what? Lafayette? What part of Louisiana y'all was in?
Yeah, Lafayette. Okay. Lafayette. Right. And I want to say Southside High School. It's a newly built school, and it was just, like I said, it was a good atmosphere because it's 42 kids. Out of the 42, I got to talk with a lot of the coaches. That's why I like picking the brains of the coaches who were serving, volunteering, and coaching the teams, because each one of these guys are head college coaches. And I asked them.
I got you.
I asked them. I say, how many Division I prospects, legitimate Division I's, do you think you had on your team? There were a couple of teams, 2 teams. Their coaches said they don't think they had a single Division I prospect. But those kids, they got invited. Division I is still the hope, and that's still the dream, and there's still a little time. They're all going to be fighting for that. It's not likely to come into fruition because they are also going against the 1,700 plus players that went to transfer portal, and it's going to be greater probably next year. So, how many Division I prospects I think total was there? Legitimate Division I prospects. Right now, about a dozen. about a dozen. So that's roughly about 30%. You know, about 20, right between 25 and 30% of the camp, which is not bad,
Hey,
but
J-
it just goes to show Louisiana, we got work to do. Got work to do. So then you see why, as a kid, uh, uh, one of the top kids is leaving Louisiana, and he's going, and that's Fred Payne, to Legacy, the School of Sports Sciences. And Fred Payne, now if you're coming into Houston, you should make it your duty, because you're not on the watch for Louisiana. It was great that you went and you played, got a chance to get one last run with your classmates and your friends and colleagues, so to speak, from back in Louisiana. But you're going to be entering Texas soil. So we have Rucker on Wood the last Sunday for his class, the last Sunday in August. Well, guess what? Fred Payne, you need to make sure that you're doing whatever you can to get in touch with Doug Jones to get yourself an invite, because you need to be at Rucker on Wood. And unless nobody, otherwise, who's going to be there to tell him, hey man, you need to go to Rucker on Wood, and with the same ideology. That's because you remember how it was a time when players felt that they had to go to a Rucker on Wood when they come to Greater Houston.
mm-hmm.
They felt they had to. And somehow every kid is influenced. And so what happens is a lot of persons may influence you to make you believe you ain't really got to go to that. That ain't, you don't want to go to that. You might get hurt. You might get hurt walking down the stairs. It's basketball. And what has proven to be true is that if you have to go out of your way to influence a person to not go in something that that can benefit them, then you, in all likelihood, you will find yourself probably regretting it, or because once it goes down and you see all the players there, and you're like, man, that kid's gonna ask you, well, man, why you tell me not to go if so and so is there? Because Rucker on Wood is back. A lot of the top players will be in attendance this year.
Okay.
It's back. It's back. And guess what? And I'm going to try. I like the idea, Hatter. Remember, we had college players coaching the teams at Rucker on Wood the last couple of years.
Okay.
We had college players coaching the team.
Okay.
Right.
I'm sitting there laughing, Jimmy. I'm watching Mr. Brant. I mean, Ray, Mr. Katie. My mind ain't working right, y'all. Mr. Katie talking about how that number 7, the number 2 pick from the Rockets. He talking about the number 7 pick. The number 2 pick for the Rockets looked like Goldie. But no, I saw something, Jimmy. Y'all didn't tell me this. See, y'all can't be doing me like this, man. Jello Ball, I asked y'all what he did, and somebody just sent it to me. Jimmy had 16 points in 16 minutes, and then nobody tell me nothing.
Yeah, somebody posted it on the screen earlier in the show. Somebody posted the stats.
Oh,
somebody posted it. So
Jimmy,
that's why I said it's one game. That's why I said my response is one game and we want to see.
I'll take it. Y'all crazy, man. Let's get out of here, man, so I can get me some rest.
Yeah.
I'll be ready tomorrow, y'all. I promise. I'll be ready tomorrow. Old man ain't got it.
Yeah.
I can't run with Jimmy. I can't hang with the big dog. Listen to me. I admit, I can't hang with the big dogs no more. My old ass got to lay it down. Get us out of here, Jim.
And it's that time, guys, to slide on down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on this Monday. We thank for everybody. If you hadn't done so, share the show on your way out the door. No. If you hadn't done so already, do that for us, and so that we can help to extend our reach on social media with the Chop Shop. Ain't nothing like this guys. Ain't nothing like it in the country. There are many shows you've seen. They've started up, and after a period of time, they'll fizzle out and dwindle out the way. Because to have the commitment to come on a consistent level and do this stuff, and there's not an immediate pay scale in place for you, that takes a whole lot. And especially where we're able to do it at the Chop Shop, we're able to do this thing, doing this 5 years now. And people see it. And those who have tried and somehow they got to, had to pull over on the side of the road with their shows. Certain people, they appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They appreciate it.
They appreciate the efforts
Yeah.
that they see.
Yeah.
And this is why we need you guys to continue to share the show, because what you guys help make the Boom Boom Room. You understand, people at work right now, a lot of you guys.
Yeah.
And you help each other get through the middle of your work day.
Yeah. I'm glad none of y'all work for me though, but keep going, Jim.
They had a black screen. They had a black screen on the screen, on the blackout where you can't see unless you get so close to it. But I mean, but it's truthful, guys. I want to remind you of that, so we don't get to taking each other for granted. A lot of you have been fortunate enough to meet each other in the real world,
yeah,
because of your familiarity with each other on the Chop Shop, and even a couple of you have met each other as a result of flying into each other's city and didn't know. Yeah. This is one of the things now.
That's right.
That way now you got the Chop Shop. It's like family.
Yes.
This is like Black Cheers. Yeah. It's like Cheers. Don't you think for a minute now? Remember, this ice melted pretty fast.
Man, my looker at the garbage can in the men's restroom by what's the name of it? By the pre-check. Right back. Man, how the hell? No, y'all. I gotta tell y'all this. These dumbass people in Cleveland, the restroom is by the pre-check. You have to open the pre-check line. Oh shit, no, man. I'm sorry. You got to open the pre-check line for you to go to the restroom. It's the stupidest thing in the world, man. Don't go to Cleveland. Don't go to Cleveland. That's the mistake by the lake. That's what they call it.
The mistake by the lake. Wow. Yeah. And so, but once again, I just wanted to make sure I pull your antenna up on that particular topic. Once again, you guys, it means a lot. You guys keep this thing live.
Yes, sir.
It's live. Even on YouTube, it's live. Facebook is live. It's rocking. Guess what? And sooner or later, all it takes is for the right person to receive the invite to watch the Chop Shop in their inbox as a result of your sharing. All it takes is that one person on the right day, and we might be talking about that very topic that piques their interest.
Yeah.
Then next thing you know, blast off.
And then it might change their life. That's what people don't understand. Yeah. Them letters we used to get, man. Them ladies say, when I keep thinking about the lady with the chemotherapy, Jimmy. She's talking about, folks, she take her chemo, she had to listen to us. Unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, and we keep them going. Of course, if you got something you want to share with us, you want to send us an email, chopshophtx@gmail.com. chopshophtx@gmail.com.
Yeah, Herb Baker, man. Man, I can't stand Herb. I'm too tired. I don't have no energy to laugh at Herb today, man.
Well, I mean,
I ain't got no energy for Herb, man.
Yeah, I ain't. The thing is, I'm.
No, man.
That don't occupy a lot of real estate in my mind. But as you guys see, I called it. I called it. I told you guys what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I told you guys exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
How that was going to fizzle out. It was a fad. And what you guys will see, that's what happens. So once again,
look what Melvin Dude said, man. See, he be talking like Jimmy. Jimmy, you got that from Jimmy, man. Damn.
Oh man. And so Mel Johnson eats some crawfish I didn't eat no crawfish in Lafayette. I think crawfish season's at the end. I didn't want to miss Jimmy. I ain't mess with them right now. Yeah. But that's the thing. But anyway, guys, make sure you share the show on your way out the door. But anyway, we got to get up out of here. Shout out to everybody who endured this little brief overtime session. We're right back at it on tomorrow. We'll cover a few more topics as well left on the board. And what we'll do is tonight, if you guys would, homework assignment. Let's try to accumulate some of the stats from all of the players from the state of Texas and your state, wherever you live in, and share them with us so we can have a recap. We have a roll call tomorrow. How did everybody from your state fare in the NBA Summer League today?
Oh, okay.
Games.
All right, tonight.
Roll call.
The game's tonight.
Yeah, for today. Yeah, games today on. We'll do it day by day. Every day. Guys from that way now, even if they're from your Thaddeus Moody and you from Illinois, well, let us know all the players from Illinois that are playing and how they fared last night so that we can show them love on the Chop Shop.
What roster Joe Young on? They say he on the roster. They said Joe Young is on the roster. Ivan Pettis.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Which one?
Okay, good. I didn't know that. That's great, man. I hope Joe, man. I hope, man. We got, and I'm supposed to. I would decide tonight or tomorrow whether I'm going to shoot over to Vegas and catch a few games. If I do go, it will be on Wednesday. To go and catch a few of the action up there because there's so many players from Texas, and I just wanted to support and just get the atmosphere in.
If I can get some rest for the next 2 days, ain't no telling where I might be. All right. But we'll see y'all later, man.
Yeah, man.
We out
of course, we up out here, guys.
Okay.
On behalf of Robert Allen, this is Jim Hicks. Make sure you share us. That's our social media tags right there. Share us. And follow us on Twitter, social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We all over the place. Chop Shop HTX. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. We up out here. Peace. Chop Shop.
All right. I'm out. Oh my God.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop.